Hello everyone, Catweazle here. Welcome to the channel and welcome back to Descent Journeys in the Dark 2nd edition and Forgotten Souls, where we're now on turn 9. So what we've done is we managed to kick the Shadow Dragon's ass and we've got him out of the picture. Now what we've got to do is we've got to open this door and see where it's going to lead us. We don't want to be staying in this room getting fate and peril cards. So let's just crack on, shall we? So next up is the hero phase, and I think Cindriel will go first. And here we are with Cindriel. Now if you remember, she got rid of all the fatigue because she hadn't been moving for a couple of turns, so she was able to take 2 fatigue off each time. So she's going to use some of that fatigue, and she's going to take 3, and she's going to move 3. She's going to go 1, 2, 3. So she's still got 2 actions. And with the first action, she is going to open the door. Dun, dun, dun. Right, let's see what we get. And we get... here we are. It's the first of the Act cards, Room of Souls. So what I'll do is I've noticed I've been reading these cards, haven't I? And then it's better to set up the room first. So I'll set up the Room of Souls and let's have a look, shall we? Won't be a second. And here we are. I've just set it up for us. So let's read the Room of Souls. Servants of the mighty dragon stand guard in front of a large cauldron. Inside the stone container lies innocent souls not yet lost to the dragon's control. Releasing the souls into the pit may be their only chance of salvation. But you stand disturbed. Your presence provokes a chilling moan in the chorus of souls. So here we are. So this is 4B, and as you can see, we just set it up like this. We've got a cauldron that we've got to put in the top left hand corner, pretty much near enough, and 3 flesh moulders in front of it. So we've got a master and we've got 2 minions, and that gives us this. So I'll just turn the camera off because it goes a funny shade. It goes this weirdo shade when I put the tablet in front of it, but I'll turn it off and turn it on again and we'll be back to normal. Anyway, yeah, that's a bit better. I think it was going right on its own, but switching it off, switching it back on again seems to do the trick. So we've got 2 minion flesh moulders here, and we've got a master flesh moulder, and we'll have a look at those in a minute. We've also got a cauldron that's full of souls. I put a little stand on it so it just stands out, as it were. No pun intended. And let's actually read the text of the card. So here we go. Room of Souls. A hero may spend 1 movement point while adjacent to the cauldron to pick it up. As an action, the hero carrying the cauldron may move 1 space. He cannot move or be moved through any other means. So can't be teleported or any of that sort of stuff, I think. As an action, or by suffering 2 health damage and 2 fatigue while adjacent to a pit space. These are the pit spaces down here. They've got sort of a green line round them. I don't know if you can see that, it's quite difficult to see. But all these with a green line round them, they're pit spaces. The hero carrying the cauldron may destroy it. He cannot perform any other actions other than those listed above. If the hero carrying the cauldron suffers any amount of damage, he tests might. If he fails or is defeated, the cauldron cracks. If a hero destroys the cauldron, discard it. That hero draws 1 search card and each hero receives 2 XP. Nice. Then refresh fate and discard this exploration card. If the cauldron cracks, advance doom by 1, boo, and discard the cauldron. Each hero receives 1 XP, then discard this exploration card. After setup, activate the flesh moulders. Oh, damn. Yeah, so they're going to get to go right away. And what's this? Roll 1 grey defence die. Place 1 flesh moulder adjacent to the cauldron or the hero carrying the cauldron for each shield result, respecting group limits. Well, we'll have a look at what the group limits are in a minute when we look at the flesh moulders, and we've got 3 turns to do it. If we don't do it in 3 turns, the cauldron cracks. So that is the Room of Souls. So what this means is we've got to get up here, we've got to get to the cauldron really quick and then move it down here and chuck it down one of these spaces without getting it cracked. We've only got 3 turns to do it, so we're going to have to get a bit of a scoot on. Bad news is these flesh moulders are sort of going to go out of turn. Normally it's the heroes, then it's the monsters, but the monsters are going to have to go. Once they've gone, then Sindriel can finish her second action and the Widow and Avric can have a go. So it's going to be slightly out of order. Before we do that, let's have a look at the flesh moulders. So these look like sort of guys that can they can alter their body shape by the look of it. They're quite ugly looking mothers, aren't they? So, and the ranged attackers. And let's have a look. The minions can move 4. They've got 4 health and they roll a grey defence die. On a surge they can mend 1, so they can regenerate. They have a blue and a yellow attack die, and on a surge they can also add 1 damage. The Master, that's also a blue and a yellow attack die. As an action, it can heal. We'll have a look at that. We'll flick this over in a minute. It can mend 2 on a surge, and or 2 additional damage. So essentially, we're going to have to get some big hits in on these guys in order to kill them off. That's got 4 movement. The Master. It's also got slightly more health at 5, and it has a grey defence die. So these are pretty tough, I think. So let's have a heal. As an action, choose a monster within 3 spaces of this monster and roll 1 red power die. The chosen monster recovers health equal to the hearts rolled. Surge, mend, yep, this monster recovers X health depending on the roll, I imagine. Right, so regeneration. They're like sort of trolls, aren't they, in a way. And yeah, it's a bit grim. It also looks like they throw some sort of energy bolts. So there they are. And that is them ready to go. As per the card, they're going to get to go first. So, right, let's get on with that then, shall we? Righto, so the flesh moulders are going to go. In order to do that, we need to pick up one of these babies. So, quick shuffle. Whoop, what's happened there? There we go. And that's the one we get. Put these back. Flesh moulders. Here they are. Each attack flesh moulders perform gains +2 range. Damn it. If the lengthy sewers is the current encounter, it isn't. So we don't gain stun, thankfully. First of all, spot the hero who has the lowest health. We can do this in any order. It's not split between master and minion. Attack the hero in line of sight who has the lowest health. If a hero is adjacent to this monster, again, engage the exit of the current encounter. Cool. So that one, it's sort of like running off, isn't it? So the first one, anyway, is spot the hero who has the lowest health. Now, spotting means it just has to get into a position where it can get line of sight on that hero. Who's got the lowest health? Sindriel is at 9. The Widow Tara's at 10. And Avric is at 11. So it is poor old Sindriel. We'll have the Master going first. And it's got line of sight. So, this looks bad news for Sindriel, unfortunately. But at least it saves me having to mess about putting all the stuff at the top there because she's already here. So the master has spotted her. Next, attack the hero in line of sight who has the lowest health. So it's just going to attack. And red and yellow, and we get a grey defense die. But remember, we have got a shield. Whoop. Ah, it's missed. But hang on. Just got to make sure that that doesn't get hit. It did get hit, but it didn't matter because it didn't move. So the master misses. Then I think that is it for the master's turn, because if we go through, there wasn't a hero adjacent, then we go back to spot the hero. Well, it's already spotted the hero, and then attack. Can't attack twice. So that is it for the master. And it missed. Bah! Next up is this minion, the purple one, little purple mark on it. So that's going to do the same. That can see. So no need to spot the hero. It can already see the hero. It's the lowest. So it's just going to attack just like the master did. And it's another miss. Lucky Cindy. It's another miss. Last minion monster. Exactly the same. Can we get 3 misses in a row? Come on. Oh. So. Still a chance. I've got to reroll. It's got to go through the dice tower. Ooh. I think it hits as well, to be honest. So. We only got 1 shield. So 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Plus it got +2 as per this card. So it definitely got the range. It's got a surge. And the surge is, well, it's not going to use mend 1 because it's not got an injury on it yet. So it's going to use its surge for +1 damage. So that makes it 3 damage, and we can counteract 1 damage, and we'll use the wooden shield to counteract a 2nd damage, but 1 still goes through. So 1 damage has still gone through onto Cindriel. So she's got 4 wounds now. But what was really good about that was the flesh moulders couldn't hit a cow's ass with a banjo. So brilliant. So we've got really, really lucky there, which is, well, it's dead unusual for one of my playthroughs, that, isn't it? So could have been a lot worse. So that is it for the activation of the flesh moulders. Cool. That means we can go back to Cindriel, and it's her go. Right, so she's already spent 3 fatigue to get there and to open the door. She has got 1 action left. She's got the best might, so I think she should be the one picking up the cauldron. So let's move 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, just the way they've set it out. God, the pigs. And we're going to take an extra one of these and move her here. We are not adjacent, which is bad news. So that is really bad, I think. Let me think about that a bit more. So, what did I do? I did 1, 2, 3, 4. And then moved up 1, 4. I'm not going to spend that. I want to move Cindy in here anyway, because she'd have to start battling, but one of these guys here might be able to make it. So if we do 1, So, oh, we'll do that. That's the end of her turn. So she has finished. So that is it for Cindy. Next up will be either the Widow Tara or Averick when I've had a bit of a think. Right, this is a sticky situation. I've gone for Averick to go next. So he's got 1 fatigue and he's got 2 wounds. He's got that horrible peril card as well, and we've got no bloody what is it? No search token in this room, unfortunately. But I think he's going to have to be the guy. So poor old Averick, he's been put on again. So first action he's going to do is he's going to move. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Now he's got a ring of power, which gives him an extra stamina. So he's going to use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh no, he's got 1 stamina. Yeah, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So he could spend 4 stamina to get here. Well, 4 fatigue. Now what he's going to do is he's going to move. He's going to use his final action on another move. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Then he's going to spend a fatigue to move 1. And he's going to spend another fatigue for another movement point to pick up. So he's using fatigue to gain a movement point to pick up the cauldron. He can't move off with the cauldron because that'd take an action. So just got to remember now that the cauldron is underneath Averick. So Averick's actually picked up the cauldron. I would have preferred Cinderella to be doing that, but if we're going to try and achieve this in time, then I think it's pretty much Averick who is the only person who can do that. So he moved twice, and then he spent 2 fatigue, 1 to move adjacent to the cauldron and 1 to actually pick up the cauldron. So he's got the cauldron now, and hopefully we'll have to see if he can get it chucked in the pit. Right, so that is it for Averick. So our last player will be Widow Tara. And here we are with the Widow Tara. So her first action is to move. So she's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 to here. And then fall over. And she is going to spend a couple of fatigue. So she's back up to 4 fatigue. And she's going to go 1, 2 onto the bridge. She's still got 1 action left, and she is going to fire. So let's fire at the Master. So she's got a magic staff, which is blue and red. The Master Flesh Moulder has a grey die. So come on. Come on, Widow Tara. And she misses as well. Oh, but she's got a reroll. She does have a reroll before I pick all those up. So, reroll. Whew, thank God for that. It's rolled another miss. How many misses have I rolled? Oh, that's appalling. So, yeah. I'm not too bothered because I got lucky with the monsters. The monsters rolled 2 misses as well, but oh, that's bad. Well, at least she's moved up. She wasn't able to hit anything, but at least she's moved up. And that is the end of our hero phase. So let's get straight into the Overlord phase. And here we are at the Overlord phase. Now the first thing we've got to do is Overlord effects. So let's put a timer on here. Let's just move this down a bit. Down a bit, so I've got some room there. So we've got a timer down there. And I don't think, nothing's been killed or anything, so we don't have to roll the defense die or anything like that. So, yeah. And after 3 of these, the cauldron will crack. We've already got 1 on it, so that's bad. Next up is... what is it? Fate. Well, there's an active exploration card, so we don't get a fate or a peril card, so that's fine. And then it's monster activation. But my understanding is we've already activated the monsters. Yep. So after setup, activate the flesh moulders. So they have already gone. So that's fine. We don't have to activate them again. So that is the end of the Overlord phase. How is it looking? Not too good. We've got the wrong person carrying the cauldron. It should have been Cindriel, but I think this is better. We'll start next turn. Cindriel, hopefully we'll be able to keep these guys sort of... Cindriel and Widow Tara can keep these guys sort of busy. Hopefully while our friend here, Averick, tries to get up there. So he'll be able to move... what is it? Let's just check. Right, so we've picked it up. As an action, the hero carrying the cauldron may move one space. He cannot move or be moved by any other means. So it doesn't. The second paragraph doesn't really affect us till we get to the pit space. So his two actions next turn are going to be like 1, 2. Yeah? He's trying to get to this, try and get into this space and then chuck it in. So we might just be able to make it. If Cindriel and the Widow Tara can keep these flesh moulders at bay. Because the flesh moulders... yeah, it's going against the hero who has the lowest health. So Cindriel's got the lowest health. So that's cool. I think there's something else somewhere though where they will attack the guy with the cauldron. Somewhere, I read somewhere there was something about that, wasn't there? Like attacking the cauldron. I'll read through the card again, but I'm sure somewhere there is a... it must be in here somewhere. Oh, I can't read it. I can't see it, but I'm sure somebody will point it out. I'll have a look at it during editing. If you can avoid getting attacked, then hopefully he will be able to take that cauldron to the pit and lob it in. And we will be able to do this room. So, yes, an interesting turn. Mainly because I couldn't roll for Toffee that turn. I think he only got one hit in. All the rest were those. Even on a reroll. So, I thought it was going to be a really lucky turn for me, which it was in a way because not many hits went in on Cindriel, but yeah, it didn't go in my favour as well when Widow Tara attacked, so I do miss sometimes. Right, so thank you very much for watching turn 9 of Descent, Journeys in the Dark, 2nd edition, Forgotten Souls. Thanks so much for all the subscriptions and for all the views and for all the hints and tips and for putting me right when I get it wrong. Again, if I've made any errors whatsoever, please give me a shout and I'll try and fix them the best I can. Thanks again to everybody who's gone across to Board Game Links. We are now 28th. So we've gone up to 28th. We've got 134 or 35 hearts. That's marvellous. Thank you very much. And yes, I hope you will join me for turn 10 of Descent, Journeys in the Dark, 2nd edition, Forgotten Souls. But until then, this is me, Catweazle, signing off. Toodaloo.